guys, welcome to part one of a two-part January transfer window special. We have a busy month on the pitch with a number of games, and we're hoping to have a busy-ish month off the pitch with players going out and hopefully players coming in as well. So do stick around, make sure you drop the video a like, of course. If you're enjoying this save, please do continue to come back day by day. I really do appreciate the support, and it helps push the channel content to more people. So please do keep dropping by, drop the thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, let me know your feedback, etc. And if you're not subscribed, then do so that you don't miss a video here in this daily series. So, state of play as we enter January. In the league, we are 6th. Only 3 points off 3rd and only 5 points off 2nd. We've had a little bit of a wobble. We were actually up in 2nd recently, but we're hoping with a good window, we can get ourselves up towards that automatic promotion spot yet. Still this season, and maybe we could put up an automatic promotion fight this year. We were unexpectedly in the top half to start the season, and it just seems to have just gotten better from there. Mainly thanks to the goals from Joe Ironside. Today we'll be playing Portsmouth, Charlton away in the Cup, and Lincoln. Tomorrow it will be Bolton, Crewe, and Fleetwood, and then ending the January transfer window. We start by getting a monthly scout report. Sam Sherring has been recalled by Bournemouth, so we are a centre-back down now. That's something to bear in mind. His loan has been expired because they've called him back, so I wasn't playing him enough. Beckett has gone out on loan. Job has gone out on loan. Mackenzie Lyle has gone out on loan, as has Lewis Simper as well. So the squad is thin now. The intention was to loan out those youngsters, but the squad is thinner than we had initially intended it to be, because thought I was still going to have Sam Sherring at centre-back, didn't realise they were going to recall him. So I might need to look for a centre-back on loan in this January transfer window. I certainly am looking for a right-back on loan, that I've already told you. And we're looking to sell Shiloh Tracy and potentially buy in or loan in another wide man. Someone, or a couple of people actually mentioned a very good point. Ben Warman, whilst he is currently central and prefers to play centrally, he could potentially be moved to a wide role and actually be a go-to winger for us. He does have a 3-star weak foot. He's left-footed, so you'd intentionally put him onto the left, but he's already got some pace. We know he's had some decent performances for us so far. I am considering moving him to the left-hand side. Bearing in mind, in midfield, we currently have Digby, Houlihan, May, O'Neill, and, of course, George Chapman in the youth setup, who we'll get to in a moment. So to move Ben out wide might actually prolong his stay in the first-team squad, and I'm leaning towards doing that. We should wait and see if that actually comes to fruition. So we've got a number of youngsters out on loan. We hope to loan someone in, if not multiple players in. Now, George Chapman. He is 73 rated, which is actually not that much higher than some of the other players in this division. At the top end, we've seen 71 and even 72 rated players in the midfields of some of the sides that have come down from the Championship. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility that a 73 rated player would be playing in our starting lineup. Now, I'm going to, again, decline to call him up until after the January transfer window, but my intention now is, once we're through the January window, provided he hasn't complained and asked to come up earlier, to call him up to the starting squad and play him ahead of Wes Houlihan, who is now declining heavier than we hoped he would, and have George Chapman start alongside Paul Digby in our midfield post-January to A, get him involved in the save, B, help our promotion push, and we'll have to wait and see how he grows. I'm currently training him as a defensive midfielder, as a ball-winning midfielder, to kind of try and delay his growth a little bit. But you can see, potential of 88 to 94, going to be a baller. So we've also Dominic Morgan here that we could call up as well when the time comes. So we could potentially look to sell Will Mannion in the January transfer window, and I'm open to doing that. I have transfer listed him to try and move him on. If he goes, I will call that young goalkeeper up. We also have the option to maybe call up Jonas Schädler, who's now being trained as a right midfielder, to potentially be a backup winger as well, if we aren't able to find someone to buy or loan. Now, I have a number of names on my shortlist, thanks to your feedback, so thank you continually for that. We're still waiting on scout reports on a number of them. Some of them I can't scout yet, because my scouts are already busy scouting other people. So, it's a relatively extensive list, but not massive. We've Taylor Gardner-Hickman as a potential right-back loanee. Festi Ebisele is a potential right-back loanee. Luke Bolton is a potential right-back purchase, but I don't know anything about him yet. Nathaniel Atkinson, who's currently at Hearts, is a potential right-back loanee. And Josh Doig, who potentially could be a loanee, but obviously I can't afford to buy him because he's well out of my price range at this point. Left back by default, but a 4-star weak foot means he could be trained to play on the right, perhaps. Then with regards to the wide role, Aribo's just here for the sake of I was curious, so I will remove him because we clearly have plenty of centre mids in the squad. With regards to wide roles, we have Marcus Harness, who's currently at Portsmouth, who we actually play today, potentially to be loaned in. I can't afford to buy him. I could afford to loan him. Ryan Longman as a potential loanee. Enzio Boldevine, who I don't know anything about, currently at Sutton, waiting for scout reports on him. Maybe a purchase. He's 29 years of age, so it'd be more realistic than going for, like, super young guys permanently. Then there's Roland Varga, who I'm leaning very heavily towards making my one free agent signing for this season. Would certainly fill a role in the squad right now, and would be a more realistic signing coming in from the free agent market where no one else has picked him up at this point. He's got experience on his side at 31 years of age. And with regards to the longevity of the save, he'd come in, do a job, and then would be the obvious man to then move out once we move up a division. And he doesn't fit the mould or isn't quite high enough rated. He's the obvious go-to then replace to bring in a younger winger. And he will do a job for us in the meantime without us bringing someone in now who's basically never going to be replaced. It means that we will keep a bit of a revolving door and mean that future transfer windows aren't redundant because we've got loads of 21-year-olds in that I don't need to sell. So I'm leaning very heavily towards signing him on a free, regardless of what else happens everywhere else. Kevin Castro, we're looking to potentially loan, although he doesn't look like he's that good. We're looking at Ruben Colwill as well as a potential loanee. Hannibal Mabry may come in, but he's on quite a lot wage-wise and looks like he's unwilling to relocate. So that's a straight no for him then. Then looking at Shabani as well, although it looks like he's unwilling to relocate. So he'll come off the list too. Frustrating, but that's the way of it. Rayhan Tulloch, I know nothing about him. We're waiting to see what he looks like. Samuel Adozi, he's not willing to relocate from Manchester either, so he's going to come off the list. Alex Mighton, I don't know if he's involved in Nottingham Forest's starting lineup or first team squad. I'd have to do a bit of research, so we might not look for him. And Morgan Rogers, I don't know if he's involved at Bournemouth either. Whether they'd be actually willing to loan me someone after not using Sam Showing, I'm not sure. But for now, that's where we sit currently. So while Shiloh Tracy is still here, I will not look to sign anyone else other than I am gonna get Varga in on loan. Oh, sorry, on a free, because it's just a no-brainer. We're allowed one free agent a year and a season, as we've set out the rules in this save. So let's actually go and do that signing. I'll try and get him on as little expectation as I can. He wants crucial. If he'll sign important, he's desperate for crucial. Well, if anything, it just means he'll try and force his way out sooner rather than later, which is good for us. Crucial, 2 years, that's fine. We'll have the rest of this season in the squad, and then next year we'll probably play him, but then he'll age out at the end of the season. No release clause is fine by me. We're not in Spain. We don't have to accept release clauses for every single player. I will try and get him on a slightly lesser wage if I can. And the signing bonus is 2,800. What's 3,800 now that I removed the other bonus? If he'll sign for 3,000, anything under 3.5, I'd be very happy with. They've reduced the signing bonus by 1,000, but that's still not great. If he'll sign 3.5, it is slightly more than the majority of the rest of my squad, but he's going to be of a higher rating than the majority of the rest of my squad, and he isn't going to be here that long, so it's not too much of a loss to our financial situation. 68 rated Varga will come in. I'm not going to start him because I want Brophy and Lancaster to grow, but certainly he's going to be involved in the squad and be our go-to winger off the bench and rotation winger. And actually, he will get the opportunity to start in this next game against Portsmouth as we start this transfer window. Obviously, as you see, we're struggling a little bit for stamina, so some other players will come in. Ironside will drop out. Sam Smith's actually quite tired as well, so Tolage will come onto the bench. And I'll bring Charlton Tracy, or Tolage will come into the starting lineup, sorry. I'll bring Charlton Tracy on there. Okadina out for Jones, and I may actually need some centre-back options from you in the comment section, please, if you don't mind, potentially for the rest of this window. So we shall wait and see how things go there. I'll go and see if I can, just see if Portsmouth are playing anybody out of position in a place they shouldn't and actually sort their starting lineup out. But for now, that's going to be all for this intro. Let me jump into this game against Portsmouth and try and get some points on the board. Portsmouth then line up with 55 rated Oliver Webber in goal because Gavin Bazunu is injured for them. And Webber is their only other goalkeeper. They've Romeo at right back, Clark Robertson, Hayden Carter, I always struggle with his name, Ogilvy at centre-back alongside Denver Hume, who I believe is on loan from Sunderland, although maybe a permanent in this save now, I'm not sure. Joe Morrell, Sean Williams and Marcus Harness, who's on our shortlist in the cam roll, with George Hurst and Tyler Walker up top. They're a good team, Portsmouth, as you might expect, and hopefully we can still maintain a relatively good level of form at home, and in general, get ourselves some good points. We have had a little bit of a wobble recently, and it has cost us our automatic promotion spot, but we're still certainly in a playoff hunt for sure, and I'd like to think that we can be in an automatic promotion hunt come the end of the season, but time will tell how that pans out. Here's Brophy trying to get down the line. I'll look inside for Nibs, but can't find him, unfortunately. So our first attack comes to a brief end, but fingers crossed there will be plenty more where that came from. Hurst back there to Harness. Picked off nicely by Digby, and then he gets past the man too. We'll look for Tolage in behind. He's not rapid, does have some decent strength. Tried to show it there, but got bumped off the ball. Walker back there to Harness, who's probably going to be a pain in my backside in that cam roll, finding the space between the lines. Here's Walker in behind, and that is the finish of a quality striker. Portsmouth lead by a goal to nil. There's no stopping a finish like that. We're 1-0 down early doors. He's run off the back of Liam O'Neill and into the gap between the wing-back and the centre-back, and you just don't stop that. That's 1-0 Portsmouth. Dunk forward to Brophy. And into O'Neill. We're on the back foot right from the off, which is frustrating, but we can deal with it. Here's Varga for his first appearance. Hopefully he can have a good game as well. He is in some space out wide here. He's left-footed, but he does have a 4-star weak foot. So we'll try and use that. And he's got himself nailed there. Pretty sure it's a 4-star weak foot. It's a yellow card for the Portsmouth man. Yeah, 4-star weak foot. Oh, and he is actually right-footed, sorry. So, great. We'll suit that right-hand side more so than the left. He will actually take this free kick for us. Because he has very good free kick stats. I didn't even realise that. Okay, we have a new dead ball specialist. That's fantastic. Varga will deliver the cross. And it's not bad, but Carter gets there. Curtis Jones will get to this first. We'll get it back here to Varga. He'll look to drive past Harness, which he unfortunately hasn't been able to do. But there's space here for Tolage. And then Nibs. And if I can find Liam O'Neill here, we could be in. Delayed, potentially playing the ball through. I get a little bit lucky and then unlucky as the ball breaks me in the box. 20 minutes played, still 1-0 down, but we are looking to try and find that equaliser. But it was in looking for the first goal that we ended up getting caught on the counter. For Portsmouth's goal to go in front, Willow should win that and has done well to do so. Digby intercepts that from Harness. And Varga tried to squeeze it through a gap that was ever closing. It's probably my fault. Get that quickly out wide there, though. Brophy will find Nibs, and he does do well to find Liam O'Neill. I need options, though. And here's Varga arriving. He's on that right foot. I'll look for a pass, though. Tolage, Liam O'Neill. Tolage again. Oh, it just won't quite fall for me. Are you on side here, Varga? I don't think so. We'll go for the shot. I think the keeper tipped it onto the post. It was worth a crack. And it was close, was it? It was close, actually, as the man on the far side dropped. Arguably. That is millimetres, because the blue line looked like it was actually too far to the left there. I think Varga may actually been onside there, but I won't argue with the faux VAR. And we'll just have to build again. We are playing well. I'm just not playing with Real instinct on the edge of the box at the minute. Talaj making a run between defenders. Again, Varga is positioned well. Limonil trying to get it across there. We will do with Digger. He'll go again, actually. And Paul Digby's in here, using that frame to work the space. Talaj! Wow. Couldn't have come any closer. Clattered it off the bar. And they're looking to get Tyler Walker in behind, but Lloyd Jones does well. Well, we're getting close to an equaliser, lads. Really close. Talaj looked to be played in, but Liam O'Neill's pass is picked off. And now here come Portsmouth again. We have got them occasionally on the back foot, but they do fly at me very, very well on the counter, so I am going to have to be extremely wary of that for the rest of the game. Finds Talaj. Can we have one more chance before the end of this half, perhaps? Brophy looking for Nibs around the corner. He's onside thanks to the depth of the other defenders around him. Nibs through the gap. Oh, I was looking perhaps for Talaj on the edge of the box, and it went towards Brophy. Liam O'Neill intercepts. There might still be a chance if his pass hadn't been picked off either. Oh, we're getting close to a goal here, but not yet. Forward to Freeman again. Harness across. Morel. Got many options. Oh, it's a nice reverse pass. Dimmy makes a good save. Oh, no, come on. Don't do it to yourself, Ches! Ah, it's the first time we've done that all season, I think. I should have played that ball through the air rather than on the floor to ensure that it got there. Really poor from me with Willow there. I should have just played it through the air. It's my mistake, and I have to take it on the chin. Oh, man. I've managed to kind of curb the urge to play out from the back quite well in this save so far, but unfortunately on that occasion the urge got the better of me, and with lower rated players it's never going to go well, is it? Varga inside to Digby as we look to try and fight back quickly, but we had a job on our hands to score one, and now we need two. Oh, should have played that through the gap. Nibs should have played it through the gap, Harvey. 2-0 down to Portsmouth now, and if we lose to 0, then thankfully that second goal isn't going to cost me. But if I'm able to pull one back, I'll be really annoyed at myself. More so than you guys already are. I can feel the anger coming in the comments already. Continually, we are under threat defensively. I feel like we've gotten to the edge of their box so many times, but not tested their goalkeeper, and that's really frustrating. Harness in the box. Away, please. Greggy T, well done. We will get rid of it this time. Talaj has support here from Adam May. That was meant for him. It's gone to Varga. Varga will look for May instead. Willow, ever ready and willing on the right-hand side, which is why his stamina's as low as it is. We'll look for Adam May through that gap. He's found well. May will look back to Willow, and we'll look in there for Nibs. It's Smith that it comes to, and Varga. Play a 1-2 with Varga, and then on his right. Oh, if it weren't for a brilliant save from Webber, he'd have had a debut goal. Top stop from the goalkeeper. O'Neill will deliver the corner. And Greggy tees up, and he's won the header, but it's over the bar. Oh, the chances have been there in this game, but the goals have not. O'Brien picked off nicely by Lloyd Jones. And Brophy's going to look to break. Nibs is with me. A quick 1-2. Forced wide. Look at the man at the back post. That's who will cross it looking for. It's Adam May. How? Yeah, you might well react like that now. He's on the stretch for it. He just couldn't quite get there. Maybe it was the cross. Oh, could he have gone with his head and maybe had a better chance of scoring? Perhaps. That was the opportunity we were looking for. It's come and passed us by. Trying to keep up with him. Willow's going to be dead on his feet soon. Into Harness. Dimmy with a relatively comfortable save at the near post. Cross to come in. Well, a short corner, evidently, from Romeo. You wanted to call him Romeo rather than Romeo. It's just Romeo, isn't it? To Harness. Out to Romeo again. Oh, he tried to drop the shoulder and sprint there, and he's got no stamina left. Hurst available at the back post here, and that seemed like it happened in slow motion almost. Harness again going to take the corner short here for Portsmouth, and the pressure is still on as they look for a third that they don't really deserve. Or if they do deserve it, I certainly deserve to not lose by 3-0. Again, having to rely on Dimmy making saves. And again, the pressure will not relinquish on our goal. Don't deserve to lose by 3. Do not deserve to lose by 3. I'm going to lose by 3. Sometimes it goes for you. Sometimes it goes against you. This one is against me. And I'm not necessarily making a good impression for players that might want to come here on loan, am I? dropping from second, potentially even out of the playoffs with our current form. No win in 3 or 4 now. I'd have to double check the fixture list. Oh, come on. We need to turn this form around. And sooner rather than later, I do not want to lose our potential promotion winning season this early door. Well, at all, really, but certainly this early in the season. We want to take it all the way. I'm sure we will. There's the final whistle. It's a 3-0 defeat at home against Portsmouth. It's really frustrating. Evidently, though, my mistake didn't cost me anything in the end, thankfully. We were in the game. We had plenty of chances, 5 in total. Just couldn't get it done in front of goal on that occasion. Maybe we missed Big Joe. Probably we missed Big Joe. Just wait and see what else happens in the transfer window. Nothing as of yet. Waiting for my scout reports to come back. Actually had a bid from Shandong Taishan for Joe Ironside, which of course will be rejected. I am expecting interest in our top goal scorer, but I wasn't expecting it from China, to be completely honest. I am expecting someone in the English leagues to be interested in him. Scout reports coming back. Hello. Is it scout reports and my youth scout reports too? Yes, it is. Let's have a look at those first. You're rubbish, so we will reject you. Yikes. And it's going to be a no. It's going to be a no. And, well, I don't need a goalkeeper because I've just got one that's pretty decent, so that's going to be a no. Right, let me go and have a look at those scout reports then. So the scout reports come back. Unfortunately, Rogers is first team at Bournemouth. Alex Mighton is first team at Nottingham Forest. Colwell is first team at Championship Cardiff. Castro, I just don't think is good enough. I'd probably rather just use Ben Warman out wide. Tulloch is an option, but again, I'd probably be better just using Ben Warman out wide. So I'm not sure. And Boldevine, again, it's just pace and no technical ability. Ryan Longman is first team for Hull. Josh Doig is first team for Hibs in the SPL. So you'd imagine not going to want to come to our division. Atkinson is first team for Hearts. Luke Bolton is a new signing at Salford, so I'm not sure about him. I'm scouting him now, but I believe he signed for Salford in January, so he's part of the most recent update, so I don't know if I could justify going for him. Festia Basele, first team at Derby. Taylor Gardner-Hickman, however, only managed to find his way into the first team picture at West Brom because of injuries and suspensions elsewhere. Balls! But they're not willing to loan him. So my only option at the minute is Luke Bolton at right back, because I looked on the loan list and in typical FIFA fashion, there is feck all available on the loan. Like literally, if I search loan listed right backs in the entirety of the world, there was like one. None. No right backs for loan in the save in the world anywhere. So I might have to think outside the box for that. I would like another right back. And I could actually potentially look at... I've got my scouts out looking for players who are running out of contract. So I could look to see if I've got any centre-backs or right-backs here that I could potentially loan in briefly to see if they'd be worthy of coming in. Or even centre-backs that I could loan in that we could potentially use for the rest of the season. Although it did occur to me during that last game that actually Digby can play at centre-back. Che Alexander could be a decent player. Luke Mattison at Scunthorpe could be a loan. I don't want to buy anyone. I'd rather just loan someone now for the rest of the season and then look to buy in the summer. So maybe we could have a look at Che Alexander. Or if I do buy someone, I'd rather buy someone that's slightly older rather than just someone that's 19 and is never going to go anywhere from my starting lineup ever again. As I mentioned earlier on, I can't sign anyone from the free agents now because we signed the winger. So maybe we look for a loan deal for one of the guys whose contract is expiring. Certainly something I could look for with regards to centre-back position. But for now, I'm going to get myself to this cup game against Charlton, and we'll see what everything looks like after that game. A transfer bid for Shiloh Tracy from Rochdale for £810,000, which is overvaluation. It reckons I could get up to about 900. Would be already it's a decent valuation for him, and that would open up the opportunity to potentially buy someone else. It would allow me quite a bit of extra money. Are they willing to negotiate to 900 perhaps? They will. Rochdale will pay £900,000 for Shiloh Tracy. Right then. That will change things. I am certain then that I am going to... He's gone before we even get to the Charlton game. He has gone. Right, I am certain then that I'm going to retrain Ben Warman as a wide man. And I think for the time being, it's looking ever likely that Liam Bennett will find himself as my backup right back for the time being. I'm going to retrain Warman as a wide man. I think it just makes sense to try and utilise him in that position. So I'll do that via the development plans. But for now, we're going to concentrate with a full-strength side to go and play Charlton. We've come to London to the Valley, and they're playing a 5-back here in the third round of the FA Cup. Good opportunity to win some prize money here against a fellow league side if we can get through. They've got Craig McGillivray in goal. They've got Jayasimi out wide on the right, and then Sean Clare, Ryan Ennis and Famewo at centre-back with Familia Castillo on the left. Albie Morgan, George Dobson and Alex Gilby in the midfield with Jaden Stockley and Connor Washington up top. They are a good side, Charlton, in real life and in game. But it's a game that we certainly could win. We've had a favourable draw in the third round of the FA Cup, a draw that is certainly winnable and not one that would just see us crash out. We hope, anyway. With my full-strength side available then, can we have a better performance than we did against Portsmouth? I certainly hope so. Forward into Jack Lancaster. And here's Joey Ironside. We'll go short to Wes first and then through that gap to Harvey, who was just onside. Indeed he was. 1-0 Cambridge. It was borderline. It was as close as the one in the last game for Varga. But this time, faux VAR sides on our side. Obviously, you get the offside calls with the lines, etc. at every level in FIFA. It was so close for offside, though. He's got to be by a couple of millimetres at most, but it's a hell of a finish from Harvey. And he's off the mark in the FA Cup with his first goal in 2 games, and we're off the mark with our first goal in 2 games so far today. And hopefully it won't be the last that we score either. Here come Charlton again. Washington to Morgan, to Jayasimi, to Stockley. Playing the ball about with purpose and with precision. Charlton so far. Castillo forward from left back, away from Greg. I tried to clear it away. He's actually chested it back to his bloody goalkeeper. That had me worried for a moment when he knocked it the wrong way, as far as I was concerned. Lancaster will lift that for Joey to get onto, and he's in behind here, Big Joe. He'll turn. Lancaster's arriving. Look at Wes arriving too, but Nibs has turned the defender, but Ryan Innes comes across. We're getting close to creating that chance for a second goal. At the minute, we don't need it, but you rather think I will do at some point, because you know what I'm like defensively. Nice little flick around the corner. Ironside turns well. Just happy to see this out till half-time, to be completely honest, but I'll try and get another opportunity, which could come now. Ironside to Nibs. It will come now. Nibs! Misses the target. Getting more and more tired around about the 45-minute mark as the season goes on, as his stats continue to fall, but still an ever-willing runner. He's still got the quality in possession, that's for sure. Lancaster found well here. Digby will turn. Actually try and squeeze that through there to Nibs and then spin and get it to Joey. Oh, good tackle by the defender. And again, just not found that half a yard I need to get that second goal to finish the game off. Wes will get this quickly forward. Oh, and Harvey's pass was poor. Digby had committed forward and now I'm short on numbers. Stockley, yes, Greg Taylor. I love Greg Taylor. No, that was going towards Wes when it was meant for Harvey. Oh, I'm getting the interceptions I need, but then the passing's just not there at the minute. Stockley into Washington, back to Stockley, out wide to Jayasimi. Stockley, Washington turns, and somehow it's found its way into the back of the net, and Charlton are level. Ocadino dangled a leg at it again, but that might have put the keeper off, more so than anything else. I hate the way defenders do that. They just wobble a leg at it, and you don't get anywhere near it. Oh, it's frustrating. Right, I'm going to have to bring Wes off, because he's tiring too much, as his physical stats are just dying now. 31 stamina for poor Wes. Adam May will come on, and hopefully the extra physicality in that midfield position will give us the impetus to push on and get a goal to go in front, because we really, with the fixture list as it is, do not need a replay, for Christ's sake. I'd rather go out and concentrate on the league. That's a nice challenge. Come on, lads. Please, please, please. Dig deep. Dig deep and find a winner. Jai seeming to take the corner for them. Keeper will come for that. Will he? No, he thought about it and didn't. They've brought Jonathan Lecco off the bench. Keeper thought about that. Came for it. This time doesn't get there. He's on the floor now, the keeper. Oh, and he's been lobbed. Denny! What are you doing? Oh, my God. A laughable second for Charlton. He came for that, got nowhere near it, then fell over the two men that had beaten him to it. Oh, and then gets lobbed. That's just so painful. Charlton 2, Cambridge 1. The FA Cup has turned around on us. And we might well be going out rather than going through. It might be a blessing in disguise if it happens to try and concentrate on our league promotion campaign. But to go out in that fashion is pretty embarrassing. Can we get to that with Jack? We can't. Can I get to it with Adam May? I can't either. Oh, man. Can you believe it? Given away. Looking for Harvey. Onside, I think. Taken down. Is that a penalty? I think it was. And it's going to be a red card for Ryan Innes as well. Oh, it's outside the box. Unbelievable. Well, we've got a new free kick taker on the bench. So I'm going to bring Varga on for Brophy. Lancaster's left-footed, isn't he? So let's swap the wings with them. Varga will take this free kick. And is he about to score his first goal in a Cambridge United shirt? Brophy goes off. It would be a huge goal if he does. 18 yards out. Varga on the free kick. Let's get this into the back of the net, please, young man. There we go! Welcome to Cambridge United! Roland Varga! 2-2, and they've got 10 men. We could yet win this still. The FA Cup is alive and kicking. Tackled well by George Williams and poked forward to Liam O'Neill. And look at that press. You can't do that when you've only got 10 men, Charlton. I've got so many men in the middle to aim for. Surely one of them can tuck it away. Harvey! What is that, mate? Oh, I probably could have brought it down, but I didn't trust his first touch. I shouldn't have trusted his first time finish either. Jeez Louise, that was atrocious. They've gone 4-4-1 now, Charlton, for the remainder of this game. Okadina wins that header superbly, and Ironside holds off the man, but the touch is too heavy. So, defensively, in theory, they should be just as strong as they ever were. It's going to be at the other end that they're lacking now. But if they press like that, the way they did just then, they will cause themselves problems. Lecco to force Sakaski. I'm causing myself problems as well with that Charlton press. Castillo in the box here. Are they going to win it late on? Is it to be the other way around? Or are we going to a replay? I hope there's enough time to get a counter-attack away here. The press works again for Charlton. Gilby! No! As if! Are you kidding me? From there, in the last minute. Oh, the press has killed me. Joey was there, ready to receive the ball, hold it up, and play others into play as we look to counter. And the ball, and the Charlton man's just raced in front of him, and he's taken a touch and then buried it from there like that. Are you kidding me? Against 10 men. What a finish from Alex Gilby. We're going out of the FA Cup. I wanted that to be the other way around. Unbelievable. The final whistle will go as soon as we kick off, I'm sure of it. Joe Ironside, I'll lift this out wide. The final whistle goes. The FA Cup is still alive and kicking, and the drama is very much there. But our FA Cup run is dead. Some intriguing goals in that game for Charlton. Some very intriguing goals. Bite my tongue any further. They had 4 chances. They scored 3 of them. We had 5. We only scored 2. And that was the difference. But Harvey Nibbs with 2 really good opportunities in that game to bury the ball in the back of the net. Oh, another defeat against Portsmouth has dropped us down to 10th. We're still only 3 points off 4th. So don't worry. That just shows how close this league is. We're only 8 points from top still. So there's loads to play for the rest of the season. I cannot believe. I need you fit every week, Wes, because your stamina is not working for me now, pal. And that's why we're going to see George Chapman called up sooner rather than later. Morale is dipping. We've a game against Lincoln to play next. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Do keep your suggestions coming, please, for the transfer window. We will have a look at some of them for tomorrow's episode. But for now, I'm going to go and concentrate on making sure that I have a full-strength side available for Lincoln. Side that have the capability to beat us again as well. Live from Sinsel Bank, then Josh Griffiths in goal. It's TJ Ayoma at right back with Monsmet, Adam Jackson and Jamie Robson in their back line. Liam Bridcut still in their midfield with Lasse Sørensen, who's pretty decent. Conor McGrandles in the midfield as well. Chris Maguire on the right. Anthony Scully, who's dangerous on the left. And John Marcus up top again. We are, as you would expect us to be at this stage. We're not far away from having George Chapman in our starting lineup, but I don't want to call him up during the January transfer window because I want to at least be able to use him until the end of this first season without him getting snapped up by someone else. Monsma into Bridcut. As Lincoln start on the front foot, they're 17th in the table, Lincoln City, so we should, on paper, be winning this fixture. And if I can perform as well as we did against Charlton, oh God, other than that pass, then we should get the result. Wes, forward to Nibs, looking for Joey. He's past one. There are plenty more around him. He's scored from here before this season, but I'm not going to try it on this occasion. Look back to him now. Now we will, because there's some space. I rushed it. I rushed it. Calm yourself, Ches. I'm just itching to get a victory because I'm so frustrated at that defeat to Charlton. I'm really annoyed that I couldn't score against Portsmouth despite having a lot of the ball and being encamped on the edge of their box for most of the game. How I haven't won a game today is beyond me. Cross could come in from out wide here. Digger turned. McGrandles. Sørensen. McGrandles again. Brophy's too busy stumbling to try and block any potential shot or pass. Marcus out to Maguire. Into Sørensen. And through bodies, Lincoln lead by a goal to nil. We are poor at the back today. Leaking goals. Driven in there to Lasse Sørensen. He's got runners in front of him and out wide. He's going in front of him. It's Marcus. That was unstoppable. I tried to mark the run with Greggy T, and then as soon as I tried to close the man down in the middle with Digby, he found the pass. Typical. I was watching it, and then as soon as I changed player and tried to actually close the ball rather than mark the run, that's when he played it. Oh, my luck today is not in, is it? On and off the field. Really going to need more of your suggestions, please, to try and help us get back in towards a decent amount of squad depth. Oh, we're 2-0 down here at half-time against Lincoln City. Really frustrating on the pitch today. And not being able to get the players in off the pitch as well makes it even more annoying. Still 45 minutes to go to try and turn this one around. I don't want to lose 3 straight games today. We are in a really rotten run of form. Driven out to Lancaster. Joey Ironside's there. Jack's gone. Really? Another red card. Conor McGrandles, unsurprisingly, sent off for Lincoln here. So again, an opposition. It's just ridiculous. Again, an opposition goes down to 10 men. But frustratingly, I don't know if it's actually going to help us. Nice spin by Joey. Oh, come on. How's he intercepted that? I was certain Harvey Nibs was going to be in one-on-one clean there. Oh, man. Am I going to lose to 10 men again? I pulled it back to 2-2 last time. I don't think that's going to happen on this occasion. God, Christ's sake, why are we in such bad form? I don't get it. So frustrating. We've been playing good football and creating some good chances at times. Just not getting the luck in front of my own goal, as well as at the other end or in the transfer market. Marcus makes it 3 because, of course, he does. Oh, man. Not having fun. Not having fun. Nice interception by Digby. Forward quickly. Ironside. And in to Adam May. And Brophy's in behind. Brophy. Oh, come on! Oh, when it's not your day, it's not your day. Spoiler alert, not my fucking day. Lincoln have just outdone me today. They've just outdone me, as has everybody. Greggy T with a nice interception. Then the pass was supposed to go 2 yards away from him that you fucked up. And we lose by 3-0 to Lincoln. We were expecting periods of the season like this when we started at Cambridge. 3 shots and 4 conceded. So frustrating. But having played so well for the majority of this season to this point, it is frustrating to be in this run of form at the minute. An offer for Adam May that we will turn down for obvious reasons. We've got a busy run of fixtures still for the rest of the month. Bolton, Crewe and Fleetwood. But with 3 straight losses, 4 straight losses in all competitions. 1, 2, 3, 4 straight losses in the league. And 5 losses in our last 6 games. 7 games since we last won against Charlton in December. There are periods like this in a season, and we're going to have to grin and bear it. The league is still tight enough that we could rocket back up the table. We're still only 9 points from top. Only 3 points from the playoffs. Again, all it's going to take is a run of, well, turn those defeats into victories. Win 3 or 4 games in a row. You're right back in the playoffs, if not automatic promotion picture. So I'm not going to overreact. But I am frustrated. Right, I'm going to need your suggestions again, please, because the last set of players you suggested aren't available. Luke Bolton and Che Alexander I could potentially try and look for. Luke Bolton doesn't look like he's going to be that good. Could maybe try and loan him in. You're not looking to loan him, so if I do bring him in, I'll buy him. Ironically, as I say that I might have to lean on Liam Bennett as my backup right back, he's just provided an exceptional assist on his league debut for Cambridge against Plymouth last night, as you see this. So maybe Bennett's not that bad after all. In real life, he is a good prospect, but in FM and FIFA, it just doesn't reflect that. So we are going to have to look elsewhere, I believe. For now, though, that will draw me to a close for this recording. It will draw you guys to a close for this episode, but comment section, I need your suggestions. Please help me out. And I'll try and turn things around on the field in the next episode as well. Apologies for the run of form. It happens. I'll see you next time.